Everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make these super cute glitter versions of the Tux bow, and again it's just some tricks to use the slightly tougher glitter material to sort of help you actually get a nice Tux bow. And as you can see, I've got the three here, but I also thought I'd show you, obviously just making tuxes in different materials can obviously make a huge difference, and like I said, give you a completely different effect. This is a cord version and I've got a video on that with some tips on how to make them in cord. And I just thought I'd show you, like I said, just making them in different widths. I tend to do 12 inches when I make mine, but this is in 11 and this is in 10. And again, you can see just how big of a difference it can make just to your shape and overall look of your bow. And the same with these centres. I like these little scrunch centres, but just a scrunch compared to a standard wrap round makes such a huge difference. And I've also even been playing with sequence ribbon, which is not my favourite, and adding hot gems to my ribbon. So like I said, it's amazing how different just a simple Tux bow can look with just some slightly different effects. Just going to move these out of the way, and we're going to make a red version of these ones today. And I've already got everything here ready. So 12 inches of my red, 1 inch bit for my scrunchy centre. And I did have some matching 9mm. There we go. Just dropped on the floor, and an alligator clip. So I do have some more of the glitter ribbon here, and just want to show you something. There's another reason why you need fabric scissors for this. These are my fabric scissors. Straight through, no issues. These are bog standard, like general size scissors. Okay, they're reasonable ones. They're good quality craft type scissors, and these are the kind of scissors that I would only ever use on paper. So that's why we use fabric scissors. And this is the glitter material, and obviously you've got the glitter all on this side, and you've got like the ribbon, gross grain ribbon on this side. Now glitters are notoriously tough. As you can see, this is quite a bit. They're not massively thick compared to gross grain, but they're at least twice as thick as standard gross grain ribbon. And as you can see, this is standard gross grain ribbon, and I can literally take that and scrunch that in a ball. We can't do that with this. It's thicker, some of it's even thicker than this. This is actually quite a reasonably soft version, but you can also get the ones that literally feel like cardboard and, like I said, are super stiff. But this trick works on both types. I have these old pairs of GHDs that I've had for years, and obviously I've cleaned them and sterilise them, and I now use them for my ribbon. Now this one's been wrapped around like this, and it gives you a couple of creases on the actual ribbon. So I'm going to do a pink version later anyway. I'm just going to do my 12 inches or 30 centimetres depending on what you're working. So there we go, and as you can see, you've got bends in that there. You can take your hair straighteners, and this will also soften up the ribbon, any glitter ribbon at all. Straight down, super quick. And as you can see, compared to how tough it was a minute ago, that's already softened that up considerably. And we're going to do the same again, because compared to this, obviously this one's a bit stiffer. That one's all nice and soft. And if you work with it while it's still a little bit warm, not so warm that it's hurting your hands, but enough that it's still softer, it's a great little tip for any of these stiffer glitters. Like I said, don't go mad, just a light run over, like so. And like I said, look at the difference that makes. tray so much more bendable compared to how it was 2 minutes ago. So like I said, that is a little trick for you. The other thing that I do on the glitter, just to get a nice crease, is fold that and just do that. And just turn those off out the way. That was what that little beep was. Just put my non-crafting scissors out the way, along with that ribbon. That's better. And then the other thing I wanted to show you is, obviously I sew all of mine, but I use a bigger than normal needle, which is 7.5 centimetres darning needle in the UK, but you can use upholstery needles and you can use Crewel needles in the other countries, as long as they're longer than average and slightly stronger, because I was showing on a previous one, I have my backup needles here, but these thicker materials, this is a standard needle and this is 4 centimetres compared to my 7.5. Okay, and you can see the huge difference in, if we were using this to force this through this tougher material, this one's slightly thicker, but the one on the other video literally broke in half with a bit of extra force, but you can see how much that's bent. You can't get that through. These thicker ones, they bend, they break. Like I said, unless you've got some sort of extra strength standard needles, like I said, this is what happens. And the other reason that I use the Gutermann thread is this is basic cotton. This is bog standard cotton thread that you can get from most places. I'm not even trying. You can't stitch bows with that. You can't even wrap bows with that. It just doesn't work. Whereas with the Gutermann and like upholstery thread, extra strength, pearl thread, things like that, that's twice the force, well 4 times force, not even a movement. That's why we use this instead of that cotton materials. Okay, and another trick with glitter, and again, if you do this well, it's quick. If you need to, because it's not going through at all, take your needle in the blue bit of the flame and heat that as well. Just get that bit of pink. And it goes straight through and makes the next one easier as well. So keep it while it's still a little bit warm, and again makes it a little bit easier than if you don't do that. It's not necessary, but like I said, it's just a little trick for you if you're still struggling with anything. So just going to tie off my thread. There we go. And again, I've got that folded in half. What I like to do is make it like a circle, and I go 1 centimetre over and use a clip to pin that in the middle. And again, check this side. Make sure it's 1 centimetre. Clip that centred, and then you can press that against this side where your crease is. Centre that so you've got your 1/2 centimetre over both sides, like so. And again, fold these up to make sure that these are even. Just give that a little pinch. There we go. And like I said, you can now stitch through. With glitter as well, I put the stitches in, as you can see, that's quite tough. So, keep it out of the way, you ribbon. That's better. I sew these more to keep them in centre than And again, don't be afraid to use your desk if you need to. And I always use six stitches on these thicker material bows to get 3 creases. There we go. Another trick. I used to make jewellery, so I have these needle nose pliers. If you're still stuck, use them to pull them through. Okay, so in, 1, 2, out, 1, 2, 3 on the back, and we've sewn through all the layers. Okay, now if you want to, you can use your thread. That was me not tying properly. You can use that to pull your cinches together. See, my knot came loose. But my thread didn't break. Which is a good thing. Reuse those original holes. Okay, like I said, you can use your desk, you can use your pliers, whatever you've got. Let's try again. By the way, if you ever do a double thread and you have these little loops like this, do that until it pops. As you can see, in, 1, 2, out, 1, 2, 3 on the back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, if you've done them nice and even, at this point you can cinch them together to get you 3 creases like so, and wrap. If you wanted to and you weren't so sure your stitches are even, another trick you can do is double check your stitches are completely in half and do this, so you've got a nice crease there, and then fold this in half so your edges line here. Okay, and then use your thumb, go back and get your pinch there so that they're nicely layered, and then go back against that original centre crease here, and then down to get your creases there, and then I always push to line them up. Put your finger beneath to get your loops not as deep. And then what you can do is, if you didn't want to sew at all, you could glue here, here, both sides of here and in the centre, and do it that way. Now, even if you glue instead of sewing properly, I would always say this, wrap thread as well, because hot glue on these glitters is notoriously known for popping back open, even the hot glue. So like I said, always get your thread, and like I said, I just thread through and wrap, even if I don't necessarily use the cinch stitches to cinch, and I fold instead, because I just think it gives it that extra security and extra peace of mind that it's not going to pop open from the glue alone. And then, like I said, I just use my desk to go through the back and thread that off. Okay, there you go, got a nicely pinched glitter bow, wrapped, but like I said, you can put the glue in if you feel it needs glue, or like I said, you wanted to do glue and then just wrap your thread around instead. Okay, I'm just going to double check. Like I said, I always check my alignment because, like I said, I'm quite prone to naturally drifting to one side, so like I said, I always like to double check. Add your Touch Glue T-clip. Place that where your crease is lifting up. Okay, we've got a 9mm. Just heat seal that. Dot glue. Right on that centre. And wrap round at least twice, nice and tight to get you a nice square look. And if you wanted to, you could just leave with just a wrap. Let's get heat seal. Touch of glue. Just there. Make sure it's still centred. Like I said, just make sure that that's balanced and even. Like I said, I've got this 1 inch of the same ribbon. I'm just going to cut off the edges to heat seal. So I don't know if you can see here on the pink, but it's got like a tiny little bit where you can just see the gross grain instead of the glitter. So I cut it down to there so that I can do my scrunch. You just do the S, so like this, and in the blue bit of the flame, carefully fingers. So you do that, I want that side, and then obviously you want to do it the opposite way, this way. So that's got the ribbon side up that side, so we have the silver glitter side down that side. And again, watch your fingers. Like I said, you get a little scrunch effect, and you want to glue the side that is the standard looking ribbon, not your glitter side. Just a little bit of glue. Clip that in and hold a second. Twist that over. I'm just going to heat seal there because that's slightly frayed. Twist that over your centre, and again make sure you're gluing on this bit of the ribbon that's ribbon side, not the glitter side. Okay, pinch that into your centre, and there is a nice red glitter bow to match our version from earlier, and hopefully that has got you some nice tips on how to use the glitter. Like I said, the main one is softening it with your hair straighteners, like I said, so it gives you a little bit give, and heating up your needle and using it straight away to sort of help you get through the layers of the thicker glitter ribbon. Okay, and like I said, always use your extra strength upholstery needle, darning needle, longer, and your extra strength thread. Okay, so thank you for watching. If you need any more help or advice, the links to the Facebook group and page will be below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Bye.